watching my live, won't click on it. I'm a butt on a rolling, no tick on it. They ain't tell you about Rude, I got a kick on me. I just pray that my dog don't switch on me.
What's happening, Reset? What's happening is GA. So apparently the fools that engaged the fight that sparked the so-called jump on Cam Newton, because we know it wasn't a jump, it was more like 6'5", 250 Cam throwing off peasants in all directions. You feel me? Them boys was flying everywhere. Shout out to that hat. You know, that hat is becoming more famous than before. But they decide to respond, and before I continue, I would like for y'all to check it out. And while you're at it, go ahead and like, share, respond in the comment section, and subscribe. But check this out real quick. Check this out.
I just want to know, like, what transpired, like what can make anyone like so angry, because I'm sitting here and I'm speaking to you guys, and there's so much that you guys are doing for the community, and you're pouring into these young men, and so it's just like, what can make something transpire like this?
First and foremost, like what I want to do, I want to apologize to everybody that was out there, and to the parents of not just our team, but everybody that was affected by it. That should have never happened. Like, we should have been able to sit down and talk. Like, there's no reason we should be yelling at each other while a game going on. Like, ain't none of that necessary. So Cam has an organization. It's not just one team. He has an organization. So it's just been a lot of trash talk, you know, from, you know what I'm saying, hit more so his side, just out of nowhere, just talking crazy to us for no reason. And it's like, it's not nothing new. Like, I've been around bro for 5 years. So like, this typical Cam Newton behavior.
But Steph, you was right there.
Yeah, so
they you was listening to the whole thing, so you heard him and you walked up.
So Steph walk up there,
okay.
And as I'm walking up with Steph, Cam is in Steph's face. I made y'all responsible for everything y'all do, whatever. Then he grabbed Steph. Okay. So me being my little brother, and I'm walking up a flight of steps, and I see a 6'6" guy grabbing my brother.
And that's the footage that everybody
That's what everybody's seeing.
Okay,
like,
so that was the first altercation
that
everybody saw.
Nothing else
right
ever happened before
that.
Nothing else ever happened.
Nobody's seeing like how he was talking crazy for the past 2 days. Like,
so they're basically, while apologizing, a disingenuous apology at that, they're basically putting it on Cam, right? So if it's on Cam, why apologize? Then the age-old thing where he was talking junk. You Negroes with no self-discipline talking junk? Really? Nobody's surprised that Cam was probably mouthing off. His team is winning. And you know, these guys has no accountability. Mind you, these are youth leaders, right? In this case, coaches. They develop, you know, different ages of young prospects. Yet this is how they behave. You would think the way they responded in that radio interview, by the way, they weren't asked hard questions. It's like y'all coddling the degenerates in our community. But let these guys tell it. Words is what sparked that. But when it was all said and done, you know the internet is undefeated. You know the internet is undefeated. Check this clip out of the same dude, and I'm talking about the one with the dreads. He's literally, per usual, disrespecting Cam Newton like a lot of black folks do to a lot of our so-called, you know, gentlemen and women in black excellence. They degrade them before they'll do a white boy or a white girl. And this ain't got nothing to do with my Caucasian brethren them. Nah, I'm just showing you how easy it is to hate on each other so hard that you will say he was talking junk. But guess what the internet did? They came out with receipts and caught your boy over there really talking crazy and greasy about Cam. Check this out.
John. Hey, John.
Hey, man, I'm going to say it. They can't hide the film now. You know what I'm saying? That 3 times.
You know what I'm saying?
Y'all not throwing that, none throwing that Atlanta hero quarterback.
You know what I'm saying?
Y'all not throwing that, none throwing that Atlanta hero quarterback.
Just
cannot beat me.
So when you're listening to this, it doesn't sound like a normal back and forth. It sounds like somebody that's been getting his butt handed to him time and time again by the likes of a Cam Newton squad, his 7-on-7 squad, that is. And you could hear the vitriol and how he was really demeaning the dude who literally made it past so many odds of not only making it to college and winning a national championship, making it far into the NFL and sustaining a, pretty good career. Some people will have you believe it's not great. I think it was a great career. He came up short in the Super Bowl, but nonetheless, this is a MVP quarterback, put up great numbers. And what does this guy say? The easiest thing he could say is you're non-throwing quarterback. But this dude, what have you accomplished? So I could hear the vitriol, the envy, the jealousy, and you can tell a lot was brewing and they just needed an excuse. A lot of you ninjas out there, all you want to justify the jealousy and hate you got for another brother is an excuse to go ham. So the dude with the dreads starts saying he sees his little brother, being held up by Cam. But he's not gonna tell you that his so-called little brother threw a punch at Cam. So Cam, who easily could knock out these dudes, easily showed restraint and did what you're supposed to do when you got a little knucklehead that want to start amping things up. You hold their ass right there and you talk to them like the little boys they were. And to my surprise, I for a second thought it was like maybe a little bit of older teenagers coming at Cam, but wow. These are grown-ass men that engage like this, and leave it to them, it's Cam's fault. Mind you, you're going to have the Jason Whitlocks of the world who already hates guys like Cam, who stands on his own hill, who doesn't really lean towards kissing ass. You feel me? You're going to have those type of folks having the fuel to tarnish that man's name. I mean, again, when you listen to the clip of the guy with the dreads, right? He's supposed to be a leader, right? But he's demeaning a Cam Newton rather than saying, I may not like him for whatever reason, but the guy did what many couldn't have done, made it that far. National championship, Heisman Award winner, Cam Newton. MVP NFL award winner, Cam Newton. Fell short of the Super Bowl, but let me tell you, I'm from South Florida. And we got a quarterback by the name of Dan Marino who played with the Dolphins down here. He hasn't won a Super Bowl, been to one, right? But he is literally put up as one of the greatest of all times. Now, you may not like that Cam Newton was considered a running quarterback, but nonetheless, he was a great quarterback. He put up numbers. The numbers prove he was a great athlete in a position that's hard to obtain in the NFL. And here you go, this knucklehead over here talking about the non-throwing quarterback. Like, you could hear the shots he was throwing at Cam was really personal. And look, to say the least, all I know is this is a culture that needs little excuse to behave like complete animals. I don't believe in their apologies. And I do believe the young men that come up under these grown-ass, I hate to say it, but ignorant-ass fools, hopefully, let's pray they didn't get any mannerisms from these fools. And unfortunately, a lot of these young boys, they look up to these so-called leaders and think this is how you should carry yourselves. Look, that's enough talking from me. I want to meet y'all in the comment section. What did y'all think about this lame-ass apology? Holla at me, y'all. I gotta go, but shit, I would have at least respected it if you apologize without putting the blame on someone else for your lackluster of behavior in front of children. God damn.